Good evening and welcome to Sport Live and our special coverage of the Halifax Rugby League Centenary World Cup. It's the biggest gathering of rugby league nations ever, with 10 countries battling it out, hoping to get to the final at Wembley on October the 28th and lifting that trophy. You'll be able to see all the action on Sport Live. England have already pulled off the big one in the opening game by beating Australia 20 points to 16. But Sean Edwards said immediately after the game that they'd have to play a lot better than that to win in the final if they get there. Now, more action from Group 1, South Africa against Fiji. Fiji, of course, renowned for throwing the ball around. And keep an eye out for their star player, Noah Nadruku. Time to join our commentary team now, Ray French and Steve Sims in Keighley.
Good crowd assembling here at Cougar Park. Many hundreds waiting to come in to look at these two teams, and I think we could have a look at them ourselves. The Fijians, with a wealth of experience in Australian-based players, Philemoni Seru, Noah Nyathkalau and Ian Sangaitu, could trouble the Rhinos up front with a powerful ball-handling pack. But one who we should be looking out for, Canberra Raiders wing Noah Nadruku. He topped the Australian try-scoring list with 22 tries a couple of seasons ago. And South Africa field a very big pack of forwards. They'll be relying very much on that number 8 there, Gideon Watts, and strong running prop, Jaco Boyson. And behind, watch out for Guy Kumbi from the Durban Sharks Leagues Club, and Mark Johnson, the Rhinos' main strike force. He's one of the leading wingers in the rugby league over here, with Workington Town up there in Cumbria. And 4 substitutes per team, and under international rules, 4 substitutions per team only allowed. Certainly the tremendous atmosphere here, as I think the Fijians are about to entertain the crowd with the theatrical dance company and perform the war dance of the Fijian warriors, known as the Bole.
Number 9, Ian Sagi. Number 10, Theo Nakamura. Number 11, Happy Dege. Number 12, Billy Sugar. And the substitutes are Kavya Salva, George Takadura, Olivia Medavea, and Kavyata Masaruki.
Impressed by that, but the South Africans remaining rather nonplussed. Tremendous atmosphere here, Steve.
It's a great atmosphere. They're queued up for miles outside this ground, and the ground is in terrific shape, and I'm sure it's going to be a good, open, fast game of rugby.
Well, it certainly should. I've seen both of these sides play in the World Sevens, and they can certainly handle the ball. The referee, David Manson from Queensland, he's taken charge of Test rugby between Great Britain and New Zealand, and having officiated in 6 state of origin matches down under, I don't think he'll have any problems here. The Fijians about to kick off, and it looks like Nyathkalau, Noah Nyathkalau, from the Penrith Panthers, the point scorer in the 95 World Sevens. Fiji playing up the slope. There's about a 4 to 5 foot slope here at Keighley, so certainly conditions in favour of the South Africans in this opening first half. Mr. Manson blows his whistle and we're underway. Boyson's good catch and good strong drive already there from Kumbi. South African forwards using the ball. Jaco Boyson's just been signed actually by Dewsbury, one of half a dozen Springboks to be signed, and a penalty against the Fijians there for holding on at the play of the ball. South Africa to kick to touch, and a good kick there by Pierre van Wyk, the fullback. So South Africa on the attack. Jaco Alberts inside the 20-metre line. Strong burst. Gerald Williams from the Durban Sharks, but a crashing tackle there by the Fijian. It's hurt him so, but it's still South Africa. Gideon Watts driving in 5 metres from the Fijian line. Good strong play here from South Africa. Oh, good tackle. Good tackle there from Nayat Kalau. But these South African forwards, I mentioned that they were big and strong. Tim Forey there from the City Scorpions in Johannesburg, trying to go over from the line, but a knock-on. Knock-on there by Cobus van Deventer. Well, we couldn't have a better opening than that from South Africa's forward, Steve.
No, their defence was superb. There was a couple of big tackles there, and what was pleasing about it, there was some good around-the-leg tackles that brought the South Africans down quickly.
Fiji wanting to get a good touch of the ball. Kaunivalu just holding it there. Fijians, renowned handlers of the ball. Kumbuai at prop. And hooker Sangaitu, who plays with North Sydney, taking it away at acting half-back. This is better now. Nayat Kalau, Noah Nayat Kalau in the action already. Good switch of the ball. Will it find touch? It does. It does. Good left-footed kick there from Denye. Another one of the Fijians with experience down under with Parramatta and Penrith.
It was a good set of 6 from the Fijians. Then they worked hard to get out their own from their own goal line, and then a good kick downfield, and they're defending well also.
South Africa keeping that ball moving. Jaco Alberts at 13 there. Coming away nicely at from half. Baron Alkema, the Pretoria Bulls. Gerald Williams again. And the Rhinos moving it out wide. Oh, mistake there, a knock on. Mr. Manson spotted it. Good pressure there from Denye. Good tackle. Tim Forey couldn't hold the ball. The City Scorpions second row. Conditions ideal underfoot. Good covering of grass. Very firm. Good step inside there from Lange, the skipper, made his debut against Papua New Guinea. Fiji running strongly now, offside. South Africa. Is he worth an attempt at goal, Steve, or?
Well, the wind's pretty, it's blowing a little bit up there, but if he can kick it certainly in his distance. What you've got to make sure is if you're kicking for goal, you make the ball dead. If you make the ball dead, if you miss the goal, you still get the ball back.
Well, they opted for the kick to touch. It'll be the tap just outside the 20-metre line. It's Sangaitu launching Kumbaye. Many of these Fijians, again, recent converts from Union, many playing with local clubs like the Nadi Dragons, but others playing with Australian clubs. And a good charge there by Kaunivalu, driving towards the line, put down, good defence. One of the local players with the Eagles club there in Fiji. Fiji moving it out wide now. Good pass on the outside there. Oh, and the fullback! Sabu Tambua nips in for the first try. Superb try there from Sabu Tambua. Took the ball out wide. And delight there from Vaisali's face. His first try for the World Cup for Fiji.
Well, some good work here. Quick play of the ball. Straight out to Natha Kalau. The stand-off. Good ball out to the fullback. Savata Tambua. And scored a good try. It's good ball movement from the Fijians there.
It certainly was, Steve. Very, very quick. 2 good long passes. And what I liked about the fullback, he took the pressure on himself, and he went for that line. Good try. 4 points to Fiji.
They got a lot of size about them, the Fijians. They're hitting the line hard, and for big men, they got that little bit of extra pace you need, because rugby league these days is a fast game with big men needed.
So, it's Nayatkalau. The attempt to kick the goal, the top scorer in the 95 World Sevens, experience with the Penrith Panthers. He flights it perfectly between the uprights. So, Fiji in the lead, early stages by 6 points to 0. And this was a well-taken try, Steve.
It was a good try. Hit a fullback there, Sova Tambua. Dies over, but he showed exceptional speed there. But the standoff read it very well, because he seen that they had numbers. It was 3-on-1 out wide, got the ball out quick, and with the extra men out there, Fiji scored the try.
I can certainly remember playing with many Fijians like Joe Lavula, Rabuvu, and Mike Ratu at Rochdale Hornets in the 60s, and I for one can vouch for their athletic abilities.
It's a bad mistake from South Africa there. They've kicked the ball out in the full. Now Fiji's on the attack again with a penalty at halfway. The ball must land in the field of play from the kick-off.
Fiji warmed up for this World Cup series. They beat France 2014 in a test. And they've beaten Papua New Guinea in Port Moresby 1910, and that's no mean feat. South Africa needing to rise up a gear here. Rugby League, a 22-year history in South Africa, recently revived in the late 80s, but it's Fiji on the move again. Oh, good running there by loose forward Mariawa. Keeping this ball moving wide, troubling the bigger, heavier South African forwards. This time Tanya tries to put the prop Kumbuai away. Certainly making light of this uphill struggle. A difference of 4 feet and drop in this pitch, just 5 metres from the line. Rather stray pass picked up by Sofa Tambua. Oh, he gets away there on the outside, cutting inside. Is he on his back? Looks like Nandruku. Noah Nandruku, the Canberra Raiders wingman. Well, he's certainly accustomed to putting the ball down over the line. Prolific point scorer down under there in Australia, and especially with the Premier club, the Canberra Raiders. Took his opportunity and had the strength to force his way over, Steve.
Once again, a quick play to ball. Now, there's a bad pass from there, but they've still taken this opportunity. The fullback, once again, nice short ball to Mariawa. Inside to Nadruka. Now, Nadruka is very strong, scored a lot of tries in the Sydney competition. And Fiji, the way they're throwing this ball around, they look a very handy team.
Certainly beautiful passing there, running on, evasive qualities. Now then, just watch this lad go. The handoff, the pass inside, and Nadruku, he's got one, he's got 2 men around him, but he gets over. Topped the Australian lists in 1993 with 22 tries. Has had experience of Britain, toured with the Fijian Rugby Union side, and here with the Batties, as they're known, the Warriors of Fiji. And Noah Nayatkalau, much more difficult kick, right out there on the touchline. There's difficult breeze just blowing around, not necessarily in anyone's favour. This will be a good kick if he gets it. Well, he's got the height on him, but we can see it just hovering in the breeze there, pushes it across. The touch judge signalled no goal, but I'm sure Fiji will be content with the try and the point, Steve.
Yeah, nice little short ball there from the fullback. Down Andruka, a lot of experience, very powerful. Straight over the line, there's a player to the other wing trying to hang off him, but he hold on to him, but he can't. He's just too strong.
South Africa, of course, on a learning curve as far as rugby league's concerned. Just 10 clubs about to kick off the championship after this World Cup in Pretoria, Durban and Johannesburg. But this World Cup will be a great experience to these Rhinos. But it's Fiji calling the tune out wider, and it's this man at number 6, Nayakalau, who's doing it. Good pass. This time, Dakuitonya. Loose ball. South Africa need to get some possession, Steve, don't they?
They do. This is their chance now. I'm not sure what he's going to do here, but Fiji certainly knocked on first in this play. But you see here on the replay, just he's trying to offload, push the pass. Now, just there, Fiji, it's come off the Fijian hand there, and South Africa get the feed. They need a good set of 6 here, South Africa. Just put a little bit of pressure on the Fijian defence.
They do. Kluter working a nice switch move. Oh, and a good, strong charging run there from Wilhelm Boshoff, a Northern Transvaal player, plays for the Eastern Reds. Alkema trying to get these forwards going again. But the tackling by these Fijians, Steve, Kumbuai there, ferocious, isn't it?
I like the way they chase hard, they work hard in defence. They've missed a few tackles, but when they've missed them, they've turned them back inside to someone else, and they've worked very hard.
But a good spell here from the Rhinos. Good move there by the scrum half, Baron Alkema. Charging run, big forwards going. Oh, just held short there on the 6th tackle, but that was a good spell there from the Rhinos, and it's that number 4, Boshoff again. Another of the lads who have signed for Dewsbury. Fiji consolidating here.
I think the South Africans at this stage, they probably haven't played at this speed before this game, and their defence, they're standing flat-footed, they've got to move forward, they're just standing back waiting for Fiji to run at them.
Nice play from Tanya, the Nadi Dragons scrum half. But it's still Fiji moving this ball all around the ground. Oh, that's good play, and it launched the wingman away here. Dakuitanya, good tackle, good stop by Van Wyk. But it's still Fiji on the attack, driving it in with Tonga inside there to Kaunivalu. Good defence there by South Africa. Can they hold out for this one tackle? Nayakalau again, good switch. Back inside to Tonga. They've got space on this outside. Oh, he's driving through. Seru, Philemoni Seru from the Queensland Crushers in Australia, but he didn't make it. He didn't make it. Well, he looked for all the world to be in there for a try, but he wasn't, Steve.
It wasn't. We'll have a look here. Offload in now, Seru, powerful. He nearly made a break before. He gets over the line. No, he's just short of the line there.
He was almost tempted to make a double movement, wasn't he?
He was, but it was good refereeing. And then from the changeover, Fiji's given away a penalty.
I think you're right here, Steve, that South Africa are a little bit shocked by the speed of the play, isn't it?
It is. They're not used to playing at this speed, where Fiji, you can tell they've got experienced players like Nathalako and Nandruka and Seru. They've done plenty of work. They've played in the Australian competition, and they're used to playing at a quick pace.
Edwin Ludik coming on, and Guy Kumbi going off. For the substitutions. And there is Guy Kumbi. It looks to be a blood win, so he is allowed to have the wound attended to, and he has unlimited time. South Africa fighting back here now. South Africa trailing by 10 points to 0. Just 15 minutes gone in this first half here at Cougar Park, Keighley. the second match in the Halifax World Cup. Of course, both of these sides are in the same group as Australia and England, who played at Wembley on Saturday, and they certainly know what they have to do. Looks very safe, this Savatambua.
He does. He's had a big game so far, especially with the football. He comes into the line well, and also he's got the skills to be able to read that his players outside are unmarked.
And Fiji using this acting half-back very, very well there. Kumbuai. Tanya running all over, but he's dropped it. Well picked up there by Tim Fury. And South Africa, well, they had an overlap on the outside there, but offside. Might be worth a shot at goal, I think, in these early stages, Steve.
They should kick the goal here, settle things down, get a couple of points on the board. They're going to get the ball. They kick the goal, they get the ball back again, and they go on from there. But they need a couple of points on the board just to settle them down that little bit.
And it's Van Wyk to have the shot for goal. Strong, stocky full-back. And there is Tom Van Vollenhoven, South Africans, and British viewers will remember that great South African wingman. I certainly had the opportunity of playing alongside him at St Helens, one of the all-time greats of South African rugby union and rugby league. Van Wyk, hoping to put a smile on Van Vollenhoven's face, represented Stellenbosch at under-21 level and switched to league with the Perth Western Reds 12 months ago, and playing with the Eastern Reds in South Africa. And it's a good shot, strong, hit through between the posts. So South Africa, the first point of this World Cup, and Vollenhoven nods his appreciation. And South Africa pull a few points back, 10 points to 2 now for Fiji. I think that would give them some heart, Steve.
Oh, well, it's always good to get some points on the board. They put a little bit of pressure on Fiji then and come up with 2 points. What they need now is another good set of 6 tackles from the kick-off, good kick downfield, and put Fiji under pressure again in their own territory.
Nyaskala kicking off. And Jaco Boyson, the captain. This number 10, the captain, he certainly has a goal worse, Steve.
He does. He's played very well. He's just gone down now. I think the tackle hurt him. But he could be at home with the Keithley Cougar supporters because he certainly looks a lot like Ian Gately there, big number 10.
Certainly this big South African pack taking the game to but it's a bad knock on the shoulder there. Let's hope there's no dislocation. But these big South African forwards, they're giving Fiji some trouble. The match is a bit like the rapier and the bludgeon, isn't it?
It is. They're going hammer and tong. Both teams want to impress. Both teams want to be in the semi-finals if they can. But they're both inexperienced teams.
Good play again by Dandruku. Well, he went to play the ball himself. He can do if he's not being marked, but I think Mr. Manson said that he never really touched it with his foot.
He didn't. You have to release the ball, and then you can kick it in either direction. You can kick it forward, backwards, sideways. As long as the ball then clears the ruck area, you can pick the ball up and run with it. But Nandruka there, he just never let the ball go and then took off.
So a second opportunity for Van Wyk. Little breeze getting up. Jaco Boyson is fit again. A heavy knock to the shoulder. Another one who played Union for Eastern Transvaal. Now with the St Helens Devils in Johannesburg. The club twinned with the St Helens club over in Lancashire. And number 14, Edwin Ludik, going off, and Guy Kumbi being attended to in the blood bin, returning. So Van Wyk with the kick again. He strikes it well and he strikes it through, and another good goal. And South Africa are hitting back and hitting back hard. This game isn't over, not by any means at all.
You just have to keep plugging away. As I said before, from the kick-off, they need another good set of 6 tackles. Work down the Fijian territory. If you can keep getting 2 points every time you get in the opposition's half, you're going to be halfway there to winning the game. South Africa now only behind by a try and a goal.
Two different styles of play, Steve. Fiji, it's moving from wing to wing. South Africa, half-backs and pack driving down the middle.
Yeah, probably two totally different style of coaches. Tony Fisher with the South Africans and Graham Murray with the Fijians.
Well, Tony Fisher, the South African coach, a well-known front row forward, hooker with Great Britain 14 times, used to forward play, and we're seeing some good forward play here. South Africa then. On the move now, this time moving it out wide, but crunching tackle there on Tim Fury, and he certainly looks to be in some trouble. Referee Manson stopping play already. Here we see Fury coming in. Oh, it was just a shoulder charge there by Nalangi. Don't think there was anything naughty in that, Steve.
No, he was going down. It was a good hard tackle, and the arm coming over the top. The Langy here, you'll just see his shoulder hits and then the arm swings over the top. Maybe the intent may have been there, but the referee said it was okay, so they'll just play on here.
Good round of applause for Tim Fury, the City Scorpions, and Rhino's second row. Back to his feet, and play continues. Van Wyk coming in on the attack. Good high kick. That's a tester. Oh, he's missed it. South Africa are underneath there. Flick back very, very nicely. South Africa on the attack. Ballard going for the corner, but he's lost the ball. Well, it was danger there for Fiji, but it was on the sixth tackle. On the sixth tackle, the ball is handed over.
Yeah, just that high kick. It was a good pressure from South Africa. High kick. Sova Tambua, he misjudged the kick. Yeah, South Africa there, they had to push it. It was the last tackle, so they had to do something.
Fiji just couldn't get the ball away. Picked up by South Africa. They're going on the attack down there now. Good movement there from the wingman Mark Johnson. The switch move, that's good by Van Wyk. What a good tackle. Excellent tackle there from Langi on Ludic. But it's South Africa moving down here now, growing in confidence. Francois Klute just pushed back over the 20-metre line. Alkemer again. But the Fijians' defence holding South Africa just with the 2 goals. This time out wide. Oh, and a crunching shoulder tackle again from Nandruku. Mr. Manson not very happy with that. We'll have a look here to see if the Fijian brought. Well, I don't see much wrong with that. You can charge with the shoulder.
That was quite legal tackle. I don't know what the referee's going to rule on this, but it was a good tackle. It was a winger on a front rower. It was Nandruka on Watts, and Nandruka coming out on top. You don't often see that a winger coming in flat out and can get on top of a big front row forward.
And well, I couldn't see any raising of the elbow, which is what might have happened, but certainly Gideon Watts is right.
I think both players are in the blood bin there. Actually, I think that's what he's ruling out, the blood bin card up there.
Yeah. So Gideon Watts in the blood bin, certainly a lot of facial knocks. And Van Niekerk, Jaco Van Niekerk, who's had a game with against the Queensland coming on. Fiji still in the lead on the half hour, 10 points to 4, but another chance for Van Wyk. South Africa, of course, Steve, as we mentioned, they are playing down this slope. It's quite considerable. It's 4 or 5 feet at this end where Van Wyk's kicking now.
It is, and they've got all the advantages at this stage in this half. They're going downhill. I think they've got a slight breeze behind them. The sun's at their back. You know, everything's in their favour. So at this stage, Fiji probably have that little bit of upper hand. 10 minutes to go to half-time. They've still got 40 minutes to go after that. I'm
sure 2 great South African goal kickers who graced rugby league, Len Killeen of St Helens, will probably be watching this back home there in South Africa, and Freddie Griffiths, who's out there living in Australia now, could give Van Wijk a few tips, but let's see whether he needs them. Slight breeze coming around. He strikes it high, but no, this time wide of the post. Fiji running it out from their own line. Neyakalau again.
He's pulled play up here. The one touch judge said he was okay. The other judge said that he put his foot into touch. So the referee's making a rule on that. But if we can see it on the replay, we may make a positive thing. Not that it matters much. The referee has decided that it's a dropout.
Probably put his foot touching goal as he...
well, that's one referee said a touch judge. I was watching one, said it was okay. He said play on, and then the other one ruled that he went out.
Well, I think we must remember, if we look at Mr. Manson's right ear there, he looks to have some plaster over it. That is, of course, radio communication between the touch judge, Mr. Tony Brown, and David Manson, and that's what it's all for. He's obviously sent him a little message down the wire. Oh, good fierce tackling. They really do put these South Africans down. But the Rhinos still charging and hooker there with Cobus van der Venter. Swinging it now to the left. Tim Corey cuts inside and loses his jersey. And he'll have to get the ball out of there somewhere. Almost like a conjurer. The Venter edging nearer to the post in South Africa. Boyson's looking for the ball. Oh, they've lost it. Is it a knock on? Yes. Good little grubber kick there by Jaco Boysons. Tonga just couldn't hold it. I'm sure it'll be a scrum and head and ball to South Africa. Tremendous pressure here from the Rhinos, Steve.
They've come back in the game. They were down early. They've got a little bit of possession now, and they're showing that they can do something with the football. And it was a great little kick. You'll see their Boyson there, puts it through, follows it through. The standoff from Fiji, he couldn't handle it properly, and Fiji, South Africa's now got the ball.
South Africa, 5 metres from the line, short pass there to Tim Fourie. Ready to switch it to the right. No, he's having a go himself from that in half-back position. Mr. Manson's looking, he's held up. But that was a good effort. Excellent effort there from Alkema.
Alkema here, you'll see, little dart. It's well worth the effort there. Now, he's held up over the line, but they will get the feed. They will get another 6 tackles, South Africa.
Actually, I think he's actually been given the advantage because he hit the referee, actually, on the left-hand side there. And, of course, you will be awarded the advantage. They're going on that blind side again. Alkema, a lively customer from the Pretoria Bulls Rugby League Club. Moves it out to Kluter. Kluter sends it wide to Ballot. Ballot, oh, Van Wijk couldn't take it. But number 14... Edwin Ludwig does take it. Still the pressure on the Batties. Ballot again. The Rhinos charging near, getting ever closer, looking for the first try. Alkema, little grubber kick. Comes off.
It was offside. Come
Offside.
off. Yeah, he's in front.
One of those instinctive reactions. The player just jumps for the ball. Very difficult for the player to resist, but one Fijian was in front of the other, and it's a penalty for offside to South Africa.
Penalty 7 to 7 penalties against Fiji, 7 to South Africa's 2, and that's what's kept South Africa in this game. Is that they've got another chance to make the score 10-6.
Well. And here we see the offside, a clever little kick by the South African scrum half, but it comes off one defender. It's dropped on by Langi, and it's a penalty. Well, the South African coach Tony Fisher brought in a psychiatrist to help his players to believe in themselves, and I certainly think they're beginning to do just that, especially if this ball goes over that upright. And it does. 2 more points from Van Wijk. Edging nearer are the Rhinos. 10-6. Just less than 5 minutes remaining, and certainly, Steve, been a very entertaining first half.
Oh, it's been a great first half. The first 20 minutes probably went to Fiji. The next part of the game's been South Africa. But you have to give it to Fiji. South Africa's been in their 22-metre area there for probably nearly 10 minutes and they haven't been able to score. So the Fiji's credit not only with the football, they're also good without the ball.
Long high kick picked up by Van Wyk. He's certainly a big lad, isn't he? He's built like a prop forward.
He is. He's strong. And he also can come into the line good too.
And good handling from South Africa. They are gaining in confidence. They're putting pressure, but they still can't breach this Fijian defence. Good run there by Andrew Ballard. Had experience in the Bay of Plenty, one of the New Zealand Lion Red clubs. Oh, good tackle. Good tackle from Denye. Boysons sets off at a fair pace. He runs hard, this Rhinos captain.
He does. He's had a very good game. He's taken the ball up hard. He's made 10-15 metres every time he's had the ball, and it certainly helped South Africa get in good field position.
Nandruku with the head bandage, dumped unceremoniously by Workington Town, and Rhinos wing, Mark Johnson. Sabatambua working his way forward. Needs plenty of work now from this Fijian pack. Marayawa. Kaunivalu.
He's had a strong game, Kaunivalu. He's taken the ball out strong and he's very hard to tackle.
Good play from Fiji. They've been keeping it closer. Here they are now. Good work from the scrum half there. Tanya, the Nadi Dragons scrum half. Nyaskalau. Oh, the kick just didn't come off at him. Just caught the heel of a Rhino.
I think he tried to get a little bit too fancy then. He had plenty of chases on the outside, but he tried to put the kicking for himself rather than for the team.
Mark Johnson there coming in looking for work. Good strong run there from Tim Puri. But it's these South African forwards who are calling the tune. Gerald Williams. Nice snip of the pass. South Africa moving it well. Van Wyk to Jaco Boysons. Boysons cutting through. Good strong run here by the South African skipper. Oh, good tackle by Sabatambua. But it's South Africa on the attack. Swinging it to the left. Diaventa can't get it away. He does get it away. Oh, just held there by Nandruku. On the fifth tackle. Diaventa, South Africa with the kick. Bobbles behind the line, picked up by Nyaskalau, and the pressure off.
Some great play by both teams there. Good attack from South Africa and good defence from Fiji.
Fiji will want to hold this ball for a steady 6 here now. Seru, experience with the Queensland Crushers in Australia. Still opening it out, still trying to move these heavier South African forwards around. Oh, good movement there by the wingman, Dakiwitanya. Pass inside, it's Nandruku, linking up. Oh, but a good tackle. Tremendous tackle there from Alkema. Try-saving tackle, but it's still the Fiji on the attack, going for the line. And Tanya's in under the post. Oh, wonderful reply. Just before half-time. Tanya, the scorer from the Nadi Dragons. Wonderful effort, but it was the work of the two wingmen, Dakiwitanya and Nandruku, who got him that 4 points. And what a blow to South Africa.
Yeah, he's played the ball quick here, Nandruka. Good work there. Now the half-back here, Tanya, just a little dummy, steps back in. He sees that he can get there in time and scores a try right next to the post.
Certainly spotted the gap, and it's a very warm day. Even the Fijians, used to these temperatures, having plenty of drinks to stop dehydration. And what a time to score, just on the stroke of half-time. Nayat Kalau, the Penrith Panthers club in Sydney, made his debut against France in 1994. Ready to tack on the 2 points. No problems.
You see in the replay, the halfback Tanya. Little dummy there, step off the right foot. Now, I don't like the way he's carrying the football. Someone could have come along, knocked it out. But anyway, he scored the try, and Fiji go further ahead, and it's a great time to score a try, just right on half-time.
It certainly was, because they've really been under some heavy weather from South Africa. I mean, the scoreline doesn't actually represent that middle half hour of the game, does it?
It doesn't. That was against the run of play. They've made a break near on late tackle here in their own half, Fiji, and a try's come out of it.
But certainly every time this man, Nandruku, is in possession, it spells danger for the Rhinos, doesn't it?
He's a top-class player, and he's shown that today with that little bit of extra ability, with what he's done in Sydney, and he's led the way for Fiji.
Yes, certainly a very evenly contested first half. Perhaps those players in the Fijian ranks who have great experience, like Nandruku, like Seri, who in the Australian League, just that little more experience than the South Africans. But tremendous effort from South Africa.
Searching for a good deal on fuel can leave you lost, but your engine may know something you don't. BP petrol and diesel costs less than you might expect, considering the experience that goes into them. So check out BP's prices. It could save you a lot of running around. BP, on the move.
It's now 1995, the album of the year, with the #1 from the Appiah Brothers, Emanate and Supergrass. Collins, Take That, and Alex Party. Now 1995 with the massive #1 from Blur. Entrance, Bobby Brown and Oasis. 39 top chart hits on one great value double album. Now 1995, that's what I call music.
Winners, 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 with Jason Weaver, Britain's brightest young jockey.
I've ridden the winners, now I'm joining another winning team, the Sporting Life. Every week I'll tell you the inside stories from the sellers to the classics, from the weighing room to the winner's enclosure. So join me on another winner, the Sporting Life.
A tornado is a rapidly rotating column of air in contact with the ground. It comes from thunderstorms. Into the paths of tornadoes, trying to get an idea of what kind of force is contained within these vortices. Maneuverability is very important. In split-second situations, there's very little margin for error.
To have the confidence to take on the sort of tasks you set yourself today requires a new approach. That's why Black & Decker has designed a new type of power drill. Like all the new generation of Black & Decker DIY tools, it's guaranteed for a full 2 years, because in 2 years, a lot can happen. It's the first drill to combine real power with real control. The new generation of power tools from Black & Decker. From now on, the possibilities are endless.
At BP, the prices are less than you think. BP, on the move.
It's Fiji, all good, long, superb pass out there to Mariawa. Mariawa cuts inside to the full ball. Oh, Matabua's put it back inside to Seru. And Seru is over for a magnificent try. They struck immediately after half-time. The sheer speed of his Fijians out wide, Philemoni Seru, and the movement begun by Mariawa.
You see here, once again, what we were talking about before, quick, quick ball movement, a long pass from the standoff Natakalo, out there to Mariawa, looks inside, the fullback again, Suva Tambua, and who's backing up? Seru. He's had a great game, Seru, backing up, strong runs, and it was a great try from Fiji.
And that was the pass that made it all. Fully 35, 40 yards. Just look at the vision here. It's put inside. Support play from Seru. And a wonderful try. Wonderful running down that left flank. Really outflanking the Rhinos there. Vast difference in pace once that ball moves out wide. The Fijians really taking advantage of the good conditions underfoot.
I think this is a good advert for the summer rugby when we start there. These are the conditions you're going to play in, and that's the sort of rugby you're going to see. I can't think of anybody that wouldn't have thought that try was exciting, and that's what rugby league's all about.
And here we see the speed and the execution of that try. There's Sovatambua, cuts inside, flicks it inside, perfect timing. Seru racing on. It's a try. But good cover there from South Africa. They're not giving up. They are working hard. But these Fijians, at the moment, a little too much pace. And South Africa now, Steve, they've got to hang in here now, haven't they? They've got to hang in.
Well, literally, they've got uphill battle. They're running uphill, and they've got that sort of battle because the Fijians are on a roll. They've got the sun at their back. They're going downhill, and they're full of confidence.
And it's Rennie Druka, who has come on for skipper Nalani Langye. And here we see him. 10, Kumbua. Driving in, moving across the field. Oh, it's Seru again. Shimmy off that right foot. And he's slightly built, but he's difficult to put down. Good slip passing here from the forwards. Kaunivalu driving in, and they've really got South Africa on the rack now as Tanya moves it across. He's got Nyasa Kalau outside him. Oh, that could be a forward pass. Mr. Manson, well, he was looking to play advantage. Van Wyk just couldn't pick it up. A forward pass.
Matthew Kalu, he got a little bit too fancy here. He was greedy because he had an overlap there of 5-on-3. He tried to make the break himself. In the end, through a bad pass, and South Africa now got a chance to run the ball out from their 22.
Difficult for South Africa to get back into this game.
I was mentioning before about Cannavale, the big number 8 for Fiji. For a big man, he's got a lot of pace and he's causing the South Africans a lot of trouble.
Still, one or two of these South African forwards causing trouble. Number 13 there, loose forward, Jaco Alberts. And the ball back to Van Wyk. No, the kick right out on the full. So, in rugby league, the ball back to where the kicker kicked the ball. It'll be a scrum down. Or, in this case, a tap, but here, a scrum down.
Just see Danye's getting a little bit of treatment there. He's had a pretty big game, but he's feeling the pitch a little bit now. And I think maybe Graham Murray might make a few replacements shortly.
But of course, let's not forget, Steve, the Fijians have to play England on Wednesday night at Central Park at Wigan, and that will be a daunting task.
It's going to be a lot different to today's game playing England. They're on a high, England. They're full of confidence now after their win yesterday. But this Fijian team, give them plenty of ball, and they'd be capable of upsetting a few teams.
They could shake England up too, I think.
Well, you know, as I say, if they get 50% of possession, they're going to score a lot of tries.
Well, here they are now, still on attack. Good switch of play there by Nyas Kalau and Tanya. The ball this time out to Nandruku. Nandruku looking for support. A difficult man to put down this Canberra Raiders wing. He's still going. Just heads into the touch. Touch, says Mr. Brown. But that's the determination of this Canberra Raiders flyer. And He's certainly got a cut on his head.
You see here, Noah, he just tried to do a little bit too much. A quick play of the ball would have been ideal for Fiji here. They could have spread the ball out the opposite side where they had plenty of numbers, but Noah kept pushing players off, getting closer to the touchline all the time, and in the end, he was dragged into touch.
Mark Johnson opening up very, very well there, and a good run there by Tim Fury. The ball out wide. That's good play there from the Rhinos. Moving in out wide there, really for the first time. Good run by Guy Kumbi. South Africa coming back here. Oh, he took his eye off the ball. Tim Fury. But he's offside. The Fiji are offside. The South Africans have got away with it. Here we see he's actually trying to take the ball with the one hand, and I think he was intending to switch it inside, but he's got away with it. It's he's lost it again.
They won't get away with that one.
No.
But you notice, we were talking about before Mark Johnson, he had to come in off his wing to the opposite side. He made the initial break when the South Africans got moving then. They need to get it out to their right-hand side and get it back to the left where Mark Johnson's got open spaces, because he's a talented player with a lot of pace.
South Africa then to feed the scrums. All the scrums going according to the head. Fiji driving in. Oh, good, strong, bullocking run there from that prop again, Kumbuai.
He showed good skills, Kumbuai, then chasing the ball from his left arm to right arm, defend people off.
Tonga driving in now. Two good runs by the forwards. But once again, it's this half-back combination of Tangya and Nyatakalau, who are calling the shots in midfield, just on the South African 20-metre line. Across, pull back, oh, beautiful switch, Sabatambua coming in. Has he got the sidestep? No, but they put Mariawa in for a try. Good, slick handling again between those Fijians. It was all started by Sabatambua and finished off in fine style.
You'll see here, good ball movement again. From the standoff again, out to the fullback, comes in at pace here, steps off his right foot. Sabatambua, good look, he has a look. The player actually overruns him, but he takes his time. Back inside, Danye, back inside to Mariawa, and Mariawa, well-deserved try because he's been one of the best players all day, and they're just queuing up for the Fijians to run the football.
Good support play, 24 points to 6 now.
Just shows the importance of a good standoff. Naya Kaulau, he certainly get this back line moving with his long passes. He cuts out 3 and 4 defensive players, and his outside men are running into open spaces all the time.
The goal kicker, Nyatakalau. The distributor in midfield, and also here a collector, I think, of 2 points. Yes. Time for a breather there for the try scorer, Mariawa, while Mr. Manson just checks that the South Africa's injured are okay, but Fiji pulling away here now, 26 points to 6 against here a very gallant South African defence, but really just lacking the pace and beaten on the inside. It's the fullback, Savatambua, all the pace, the vision to put that little pass inside. And Mariawa picks up the try.
He's made a couple of changes, Graham Murray. One, Nasaro's on for Saru for Fiji.
Fiji running riot here now. South Africa have really got to get their defence together. They've got to really get possession of this ball. They're not getting hold of it, are they?
They are. But also their defence is very bunched. 2 passes out. They've got 5 on 3 all the time, the Fijians against South Africa. And they need to spread. They're too bunched.
Little chip kick through. Well covered there. Well covered by Tim Fury. Having a good game, this South African second row. Very game, very gallant. South Africa not giving up. As I said earlier, on a learning curve, picking up experience here. Many felt that they'd been plunged into this World Cup perhaps a little ahead of their time, but no, they're working hard.
I think it's the halfback for South Africa, Alkema, that's down in the back play injured there. He's going to be a great loss for South Africa. He has to go off. He's had a fair game.
Boysons. Well, there's one who hasn't given up hope from the St Helens Devil. South Africa moving it forward. Van der Wyk. Now that's a good kick. That's a high one. It's hovering. Oh, superbly taken by Fiji there, but Mr Manson is halting play by Sorrow. Superb jump, but Mr Manson halting play as looks like Alkema receiving attention.
It's a great high kick here from South Africa, but Suva Tambua takes it well, then drops it behind him, and Fiji dive on the ball. Now we're not sure. The referee's pulled up play for Alkema, and he looks like he's pretty badly injured. I hope he's not too badly hurt out there.
Well, they're calling for a stretcher. Any neck injury really must be seriously attended to. They're keeping him quite still. Let's hope it doesn't appear to be too serious. He's had a fine game. He's not stopped working. And certainly South Africa will be in trouble to lose this man.
Well, he's moving his legs and feet there, Ray, so that's a good sign. He seems to be moving okay there.
Yeah, he's certainly taken, he's looking a little better. He's certainly taken a heavy knock at the base of the neck and the shoulder area. But quite rightly, great concern.
It's actually Jaco Alberts.
Jaco Alberts. Great concern. And there he is, the number 13, very, very groggy. Be well advised to take the ladder. Jaco Alberts then operated very, very well at the base of the scrum. And South Africa in great difficulty, Steve. They've run out of substitutions. You are only allowed under international rules 4 substitutions. So I make that they can only have 12 men.
That's all they can play is 12 men now. It doesn't look like any of them will come. He cannot come back on. But it's going to be an uphill battle for them now because they were struggling with 13 against 13. Now they're playing 12 against 13. South Africa have to really do it tough.
Well, sadly, everything been going wrong for South Africa, but there's that man, Tim Fourie again, having a stormer in midfield. South Africa looking to pick up a try. Oh, but there's the handling that's letting them down. Gideon Watts there drops the ball, just couldn't take it. And here we see, only on the second tackle, straight pass, a little low, he had to stoop for it. It'll be Fiji's head and ball at this scrum again. Fiji now in possession down that left hand side before a packed grandstand here at Cougar Park. Switched inside superbly there by Tanya. Just 15 minutes into this second half and a little relief and respite for South Africa.
He's trying to play the ball there. I think he just dropped it as he's getting up to play the ball.
South Africa will certainly take their time, I think, at this scrum. Every minute precious now with only 12 men on the field. I think we should possibly explain again, Steve, for the benefit of viewers, each team under international rules has 4 substitutes. but they are only allowed 4 substitutions.
That's all they can have. It could have been the same player used 4 times, but you can only make 4 replacements. The only way they can get back to 13 now is 13 players now is if Alberts happened to be okay, he could go back on the field.
Or if anyone had been in the sin bin, but of course that would be a straight replacement. So it's 12 against 13, but it's a gallant 12, and it's a brave 12 for South Africa. Oh, it couldn't be picked up, but Mr. Manson allowing that. And it's Savatambua coming away with the ball. South Africa not making the best of that opportunity there.
They're still trying things though, Ray. They haven't thrown the towel in. They're still trying their best out there. Variation to play, little kick and that, and they're not going to give up.
Well, I think always good heart under a green and gold jersey, but it's South Africa coming away. Nice Oro. Oh, he beats his man. Can't quite make it for pace there. Mark Johnson does well to pick him up, bring him back. But it's Fiji now on the attack. They've got an overlap on this left-hand side. It's Tanya again, trying to move that ball out. Nyatha Kalau out to Tonga. Tonga inside to Marayawa. Marayawa held her out wide. Good defence there, scrambling defence by the Rhinos. Tanya again. Is it picked up? Yes, it is. Oh, good slip pass there to Sangaitu, and he's in. Little shimmy for cheek over the line. Big smile on his face, and hard-working hooker Sangaitu from North Sydney in for a try. And really, it was South Africa stretched on one side, stretched back on the other, and just couldn't cope, Steve.
That's what they've done, Fiji. Good long balls. Once again, Tanya the halfback turns around to pass the ball. Now it goes nowhere. When your luck's in it, Ed, falls straight into one of the Fijians' hands. And Sangaitu is on the spot there and can't believe his luck, picks up a loose ball with no one in front of him.
And here we see the movement again. That's a good pass out of the tackle, and the South African defender there, just no hope. As Sangaitu goes round him, and a little shimmy there, a cheeky one. Much appreciated by those Keighley Cougars fans at the back. And as ever, bottles of water being brought out to the players. It really is very hot here.
It is. But you can tell how quick the Fijians moved the ball. The hooker was on this side of the field because it was one play earlier he was dummy half here. It went from one side straight back to the other, and he was still there and scored the try.
Nyatha Kalau with the kick. Not too difficult. Oh, it hits the upright. Hits the upright. He'll not be too happy with that. But Fiji will be happy with that scoreline.
Well, I think Graham Murray's give a well-earned rest there to Cannavale and Nakuambi, the 2 big prop forwards for Fiji, who have just taken it up all day and really taken the South African forwards on.
And South Africa with a lot to do with 12 men in this final 20 minutes, trailing by 30 points to 6. And I have the feeling that, Steve, I have the feeling that these Fijians could, in fact, really be entertaining the crowd at Central Park there on Wednesday night.
Well, they're going to like the big open spaces there, and as we were talking about before, with 50% of the ball against anybody, I think they're going to be very hard to beat.
Fiji in possession then, finding the gaps there now. But Jaco Boyson's gamely hanging in with his side here for South Africa. And the passes seem to be going to hand. Oh, it's that man Marayawa again. Slips the pass out, back to Savatambua.
They've always got the ball in 2 hands and looking to offload all the time. They're always looking for someone backing up to give the ball to.
Quick movement again by Tanya. Nyatha Kalau, oh, slipped inside, couldn't be taken by Salu Salu, and relief again for the Rhinos.
Once again, you'll see here, Tanya offloads out there to Nyatha Kalau. Now he looks outside he's got 4 on 3, chooses to come back inside, and they lose the ball. But he definitely had four attackers on 3 defenders outside his left-hand side.
Good pass to Johnson. Looked a high tackle. The touch judge, Mr. Tony Brown, has spotted it. I'm sure it'll be resulting in a kick to South Africa.
They'll be back to 13 again now because Albert was back off. They couldn't have made a replacement, but the last injured player that went off, he wasn't replaced, so he can come back on the field again.
Well, I think this is a very brave performance from Jaco Albert. He doesn't look too good, does he? He's certainly taken a heavy knock. But, as you say, these Rhinos, they're not wanting to lie down, are they? They are putting on a very, very brave performance.
They're tough. They know what it means to play for your country, and they're all out there doing their best for South Africa, and no one wants to let their team be out there with 12 men.
Baisoro, one of the substitutions, and of course Fiji, the luxury of having two players on now, Salu and Baisoro, resting their two props, no doubt, for the clash with England. Well, Mr. Brown coming on again. Mr. Manson obviously having a little confab with him, and this is where it all started. We've got Jaco
Boyson and Williams over the top there. Now it's actually Williams that throws the elbow there. You can see from this side, it wasn't Boyson. Boyson's getting pulled out for it, but it was definitely Gerald Williams that threw the elbow.
And it's Denier, the man who has received it. Here we see the tall, long-striding Denier. They both go down, and as you say, it is Gerald Williams from the Durban Sharks. So, penalty to Fiji, and I think Nyatakalau is going to take a kick at goal. I think quite sensible. Why run all day when, you know, there's a long time to go in this 3-week tournament?
I think you're right there, and also it settles the game down. After there's been a caution, there's been some foul play done in the game. It's just as easy to settle it down if you can, to let both teams cool down a little bit, and then they can get back into the game of playing rugby league the way it should be.
Both Fiji and South Africa to meet yet England and Australia, so 2 further games for each in the group. The top 2 in the group going forward to the semi-finals. Quite a good length here of kick for Nyatakalau. 40 yards, but no pressure on him, almost a practice shot really. No wind now, still here at Keighley. Nyatakalau. No. Well worth the attempt, but enabled South Africa to have a minute's rest, as Steve Sims said. And South Africa not realising what they had to do there, Steve.
Well, you have to kick the ball, you have to release it from your hands. But what they've done is that from a goal kick, if you miss a penalty, it's the only 22 metre dropout in the game is if the ball goes dead after a penalty.
Baisoro. Still, these Fijians keep coming, running forward. Waini-Droa. And the substitutes really coming into the game now. Salu, all 3 substitutes handling the ball there. That's good play, taking the pressure off the lads who are a little tired. There is one who isn't tired, Tonga. Oh, good move there by Seru on that far side. Oh, he's just managed to get it down there. The South African defender looks for some support for Mr. Manson, but I'm afraid it's not coming. And Philemoni Seru in again at the corner. 34 points to 6 now.
You see here, Seru, a lot of power. He said, I'll take him on myself. The legs are pumping. One arm stretches and gets it down right in the line. You only have to be on the line. You don't have to go over it, past it. On the line's a try. You see, nice little dummy dummies to the right, goes to the left, another little dummy to nobody out there, but it's all power. Power in the legs, stretches, scores a good try.
And there we see John Joyner, the assistant coach with the England party. He's in serious thought, and Phil Lowe, the England manager, obviously with plenty to... Brian Johnson, the Warrington coach, and I'm sure there are one or two names going down in one or two notebooks. I think one or two of those, the British coaches, will be having a word with one or two of these Fijians. Certainly tremendous talent on view. Taking the kick in the veteran stage, but certainly running around like a 2-year-old. And the Fijians leading the songs there on the far side. Quite a lot of Fijian supporters here. Tanya then. Only turned to rugby league 12 months ago and certainly enjoying himself out here, and especially with a goal kick like that from the touchline. No problems, casually lofted in between the uprights. A further 2 points to tack on to this try, and again it was the vision and the clever football here as the Fijians make play, and Seru's in. When he sees the line, this centre, he goes for it, Steve.
He's had a great game from the opening whistle. That he's looked strong. He's made some good breaks, scored a couple of good tries, and always caused the defence a lot of problems.